Hello students. Today I would like to make a video on probability, especially on conditional probability. So let me solve one very typical problem on conditional probability where you can use probability of A when B occurred, probability of A when B occurred is probability of A and B divide by probability of B. So this is the conditional probability rule, and also multiplication rule of probability is uh, probability A and B is it is the same thing but written in a equivalent form. It means A. So probability of A occurring and then probability of B occurring when you already know that A has occurred. So this is multiplication rule of probability. And also you need to know probability of A complement is 1 minus probability of A. So this is complement rule. So these are the three formulas that we are going to use in figuring out this one problem. And this is problem is on the lesson number 2.4. 2.4. So in a group of 100 students, so in a group of 100 students, 63 students are Facebook users, 45 are Instagram users, and 10 students are both Facebook and Instagram. The question is, uh, if you pick a student from these 100 students, and you're supposed to figure out the probability of picking a non-Facebook user when you know that knowing that he is not a Instagram user. So I want you to read this question and then I will show how to figure out this answer. So that means you're supposed to figure out a student is a non-Facebook user when you already know he's not an Instagram user. So how do we use the probability, these formulas to figure out this? So let's do that. Now what I'm going to do is I'll wipe this off, take a new page. The only thing I would like to say is let's call an event. Let A be the event if a student selected is so these are the two important pieces I want. A, when you select a student is a Facebook user. So this is one thing you have to know. I will try to say A. A stands for a selected students. When you pick a student, that he is a Facebook user, and then we'll write B is a student. Student is a Instagram user. Instagram user. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a new page, and this information, I have to remember that these are 63 students. So that means if this is the case, that means n of A, the number of students, uh, n of A, first of all, we'll write the probability of student is a Facebook user. That means he's 63 out of 100. So it is 63 divided by 100. So I'll keep this as it is, even though it is 0.63. And probability of B is, so I'm going to take a new page so that this is a lot of work there. Let me take a new page. Okay, so probability of E is this piece, then probability of not Facebook user. So the next one is not Facebook user is 1 minus probability of he's a Facebook user. So this become 1 minus 63 over 100. Okay, and if you multiply this by 100 times multiply and divide by 100, and you see the denominator is the same, and it is 100 minus 63, and that is 100, and 100 minus 63 is 37. 37 over 100. So what I'm going to write is make a note here on the corner that probability of A is 63 over 100, which is 0.63, and probability of A complement is is 37 over 100. Okay, so that takes care of that piece. Now probability that the student selected is Instagram user, and you saw there were 45 kids, so this is 45 out of 100. So I'm going to take a note here. This is done. Second thing, you already know that using I'm going to use a green color for this. So probability of B is 45 out of 100. And then if you try to figure out what is the chances that the student is not Instagram user. This B complement means not Instagram user, and you can see it is like out there are 45 out of 100 who are Instagram users. So by common sense, you can say 100 minus. So this would be like 100 minus 40. So you can use the same idea here. So let me use this exactly the same. I'm trying to show every step here. So this is 1 minus probability of B divided by 1 minus probability of B, that is 1 minus 45 over 100. And if you do the same math, this steps, and you can see multiply 100, 100, and 100 minus 45, 55 divided by 100. So this will try to make a note here. So the probability of B complement is 55. So it is 55 divided by 100. Okay. So I hope. So now I'm going to wipe this off. And also we have seen there are 10 students who use, so this is done. Probability of the Facebook user and Instagram user, there are 10 of them. So 10 out of 100. So 10 out of, so this is chances that a student selected uses both. Okay. Okay, now one more thing you have to also remember the main formulas are, if you have, we know probability of A complement is 1 minus probability of A, and this also works for probability of A complement, and suppose there is a B has occurred, it is also equal to 1 minus probability of A when B has occurred. So this is what we are going to use in between. So let's see. Now, knowing this information, first question that is asked is, let's see, supposing there is a question, okay, is the question is, what is the probability? The question is asked is probability of A, A comp. So this is the question. What is that means is, you already know the student is, this means the student is, he is not a Instagram user, not a Instagram user. And what are the chances that that student, so the question is, what are the chances? Probability, basically, I use the word chances. What are the chances that the student is not a Instagram user, I mean Facebook user? So what this basically means is this mathematical form. Okay, so let's apply the conditional probability for this. And I'm going to do algebraically and then do it directly. Is there a shortcut to do this? We can also use different methods. So the first thing is this equals by conditional probability. This is probability of the A complement and B complement divided by probability of B complement using the formula that the formula, if we have probability of A and B happening, and this is always equal to probability of A and B divided by probability of P. So this is the conditional probability which I showed it in the very first time. Okay, so I'm going to use this formula is used in this. So this whole thing is used right here. Okay, now this equals. Now I'm using this piece is conditional probability is being used. Now I'm going to use multiplication rule. That is this piece. I think I wrote it earlier. So it is probability of A and B is probability of A times probability of B when A has occurred. Okay? So that means in this case that in the numerator, the down will. So let me continue using the conditional rule of probability. So this will be probability of A complement times probability of B complement when there is a complement. So this is straight away using the condition, and the denominator is probability of B complement. Okay. Next is we already know on the right side. On the right side, we saw this piece. This is probability of A complement, so, and this is probability of B complement. So if you see on the left side, you see this piece. This piece is a ratio of 37 out of 100, and the down one is 55 out of 100. Okay, and then multiply by for this piece. For this one, I'm going to use for this one, I'm going to use this rule. This rule. A complement is 1 minus. That means this whole thing can be written as 1 minus. So instead of this C, we can take off this and become 1 minus probability of B and A complement. Like this. So by keep change flip, this 100 will cross out. And it will be left here is 37 divided by 55, okay, times. And now in this example, in this case, this will be 1 minus. Now we have to work what is this piece, right? So let's figure out that separately and then come back and plug it in here. So let's figure out probability of B and A complement. So let's find out only this. Now this is by conditional rule of probability. This is probability of B and A complement and divide by A probability of A complement. Okay. Then again, this becomes equals to, I will use the conditional probability of B times probability of A complement when B has happened. Okay, so let's see, this equals, uh, and then I think I forgot to divide this by, so dividing by probability of A complement. Now this piece and this piece we already know, we can plug it in. That means probability of B here, sorry, here B is the green one, the green color. So the green one is 45. So this is 45 out of 100. And the bottom is the black probability of A complement is right here. which is 37 over 100. And then we have this piece, which is the mm, purple color, is 1 minus probability of A and B. Okay. Now in this case, we can cross out this 100, and what I'm left with is 45 divided by 37, and in this case it is 1 minus A, and this A and B, now we have to figure out also what is A by B, and for this we'll have to do another separate work here, and I don't have a room, but I'll try to show. Let me see, and then I'm gonna wipe it off. So probability of, let's say I want to find this piece, I'll write it here. Probability of A when B is occurred is by formula probability of A and B divided by probability of B. But you know both of this. The top one is here it is 100, 10 out of 100. So those who speak, those who use Facebook and Instagram is 10 out of 100. And the bottom is Instagram users are 45 out of 100. And you can cross out 100, 100 and you end up getting 10 out of 45. Now this 10 out of 45 is to be replaced with 10 out of 45 here. Okay. So we'll have to do this separate work just to figure out this piece. Now let me wipe this off. Now that we already know this, let's work this out. So this will be 45, 37, and I'll multiply here by 45. So this one is 45 divided by 45. And the reason is I have a 45 here. And 45 minus 10 is 35 out of 45. And you can clearly see we can cross out 45, 45, and you end up getting 35 over. So this piece was for this. And where do we plug this in is, that means this is that probability of B and A complement, which we have to plug it in here, which is 35 out of 37. Now, this third, because there is a 37, I multiply 37 here and divide also by 37. So then you get a common denominator. This is 37 over 55, and then this will be 37 minus 2, 37 minus 35 divided by 37, and you can clearly see we can easily cross out this 37. It gets, these are the same factor in the numerator and the denominator. This will be 2, and the down number is 55, and that's your final answer. That means, what does this basically mean? We started with what are the chances that a student who is not an Instagram user is also not a Facebook user is 2 out of 55. So this is the answer. Okay, so now look at this. Hmm. Here, lot of steps there. You begin, if in order to figure this out, we had to do all this, and you got caught up right here. And this piece we had to start here, work out all the way, and we got caught up right here also. And then we had to also do separately work on this and plug it in, and then you end up getting this answer, which you plug in here, and then get so much of algebraic work here. The question is there a shortcut to do this? And that's what I'm going to show in the rest of the time. Watch. Okay, so let's write down. Let me do the shortcut. So the shortcut is probability of A complement and B complement. So we want to know non-users. If a student is a non-user, what are the chances that he is a non-Facebook user? By definition of probability, we can write conditional probability. This is A complement and probability B complement divided by probability of B complement. So this equals the the denominator here, because of this piece here, probability B complement, we already know 55. That's 55 divided by 100. And this piece we can use another formula, De Moivre's law, that probability of A complement and B complement is same as, you can write A union. So it's because of this piece we can write this also. So the numerator can be written as probability of A union B, and then this is complement. Okay. And then this becomes equal to, now A union B. So what is this A union B? And there's another formula for A union B. A probability of A union B is, this is addition rule of probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A and B. Okay. So that means this piece, whatever that I have here, I can use keep change split to just to, and write this as 100 divided by 55. And then this piece is now, this piece we can write it as A union B complement. First, I can write it as probability of A union B using the complement rule, and then we can write down 1 minus. And A union B is, here it is. I already have that formula. Is this piece? That means you're going to add the first probability, that is 63 over 100 plus 45 over 100 minus 10 over 100. If you work out only this parenthesis, you will see 63 plus 45 is 108, and then there is minus 10 here, so you have to take away 10, you get 98. So this whole thing will become equals 100 over 55. So this becomes 1 minus 98 divided by 100. And then you multiply to numerator and denominator. So multiply 2 and divide by 2. So the whole thing ends up to be, uh, sorry, not multiply by 100. I'm sorry. So there was a 1, so we multiply by, there was a 1, so I multiply 100 and divide by 100. So in the bracket you have, the denominator is the same. So this will be 100 divided by 55, and this will be 100 minus 90 is 2 over 100. So 100 and 100 crosses out, and you get 2 over 55, and you're done. It's so simple. I hope I made sense to you, that, so everything is coming together: conditional probability, multiplication rule of probability, then the complement rule, then also I use the addition rule of probability, then also their mover is the shortcut way to do also. And then you can see this, if you reach this step here, once you write their movers, this, because A union B is 98, okay, this is 98. So that means if this is 98, so the opposite, not speaking, so this is A union B is basically the students who don't use Facebook and who use Instagram also. So that means there are two of them, and you can write directly also that this is 2 out of 100. So it is 2 out of 100. And if you use keep change flip there, and you get 2 out of 55. Well, the question is there another shortcut without doing any work or any algebra? Is there a possibility just by using Venn diagram can we do that? And that's my last part I'm going to show. Okay, so I'm gonna show using a Venn diagram. Let's see if we can use Venn diagram and get direct answer. So I'm gonna make a box. Okay, and then I'm gonna make a box with A. Let's use A as students who use Facebook. So this is the student who use Facebook. This is A, and there are 63 of them. And let's use a green color for students who use Instagram B. So there are students who use Instagram are 45. Okay. Now, students who use both blue color, here it is. 10 students use both. So this is the common region for both the red circle and the green circle. So Facebook and Instagram, 10 other. So that means how many, what is this piece? What is, let's see, what is this piece, this inside here I'm talking about. What about, hmm, okay. Okay, so now what I'm trying to say is here, this space, student who student who use only Facebook but not. So Facebook students are 63 here, and so the students who use only Facebook will be, so this is A, actually it is A and B complement, means student who don't use Facebook, Instagram, but they use Facebook. So this will be 63 minus 10 is is uh, so yeah. So this is 53, which that's because 63 minus 10. And students who use only Instagram. So this will be only those who use, that means from 45. So 45 students use Instagram. So you'll have to take away 10 students who use Facebook. So the students who use only Instagram will be 35. So this piece will be, so this will be 35 here. Okay, so be careful. Now, and those students who do not use, now here that I'm asking what, how many students, okay, well, this means students who use either Facebook or, how did we get this piece from is because 53 are the students who use only Facebook, 10 students use both, and 35 use uh, only Instagram. Then altogether 98 students are these are the students who use either Facebook or Instagram or both. So that means out of 100, if you take away two, 98, that means, sorry, 98 students, if you take away, you get left with two. So the two students is outside the two ellipses. So two students will be here outside who do not use Facebook and they don't use also Instagram. Now, the question was asked, if they had to ask us, let's say, probability of A and B, what does this means? What this basically means, if a student is known to be, B is known to be on Instagram, that means from B, so that means from this, so B has, there are students, 45 students use Instagram, so it just has to be, so this is called reduced sample space, even though there were 100 students, because the students is already using Instagram. So you know there are 45. So this is 45. And out of this, in this case, we're asking what are the chances that he uses a Facebook? And you can see inside this, there is this 10 here. So this 10 here. So 10 students Among this 45, they are uh, Facebook users. So this becomes 10 out of 45. It's so simple. You don't have to do no work. Just directly, what is the probability of B? What is this basically means? Out of this is a ratio. Now probability is a ratio. So we have a reduced sample space where the students is already a Facebook user. So this is 63 students are using Facebook. So this is 63 students. So this will go down. And what are the chances that that student uh, uses the B? What is this B means? He's an Instagram user. So here there is a 10 here. So this becomes 10 out of 63. So simple. Okay. Now what is the question next question? What is probability of A complement? And let's say suppose there was a question. What does this basically means? Among the among the Instagram users. So Instagram users are 45. See, these are 45. So this will be 45 down. And the top one, what are the chances that the student is a this means he's not using a Facebook. Now, students who are using Facebook are 63. So, so that means, so what is the piece that is within the green other than this red? This red that I show. We want other than a complement means student who does not use Facebook. Okay, so he is an Instagram user, but he does not use this. So it has to be 35. Look at that beautiful thing. So this 35 basically means this 35 kids don't use Facebook, but they use Instagram. So this becomes 35 out of 100. If I want to write what is probability of B and A complement. Let's see. Students who, you already know that. Let's see. This is like too much. Yeah. Mhm. Okay. Now, next question is this answer is the student is a non, now there is a complement. So you already know that a student is a non-Facebook user here. Sorry, yeah, non-Facebook user. So that means the Facebook users are the red one. Okay. So this means the student is already a non-Facebook user, and I already showed here. So this ACE complement basically means students from 100 you take away 63 because there are 63 Facebook users. So this is Facebook users. So that means 37 is non-Facebook. That means whatever outside the red colors, this is Facebook users. So whatever outside is you have a 35 here, there is a 35, and there is a 2. So this together will be, so this become out of 37 because 235 plus 2. So among the 37 students, uh, how many of them are B? And this B basically means Instagram users from here. And you can see in this case, there is that 35. So this becomes 35 out of 7. So directly without doing any work, without doing any step, you can directly also do. And the last one is probability of A complement. This was the first question was asked. So what does this basically mean? Among the non-Instagram users, what does this means? Non-Instagram users. Outside this, now this is 45. That means B complement, yeah, B complement is 55 because 45 are students use 45 students use Instagram. So if you take away from 100, you get 55 students do not use Instagram. So, so the denominator here will be divided by out of, this will be out of 55 because there is a B complement with non. So you already know that the student is a non-Instagram user. That means there are 55 students who are not users. That means among those 55, 55 users. How many are non non-Facebook? Non-Facebook is this red color. This is red color. So that means non. So we have so so let me show this one more time. So this is, let me use this like a B. This means the student is a non-Instagram user. That means he is outside this color. That means he is this one. He is like this. So this is the piece which represents. This represents non-Instagram user. So how many of them are there? And you can see there's a two here. There's a two. So this two, and there is this 53. So this together gives you this 55. So out of this is a reduced sample space. So among this 55, you want to know how many of them are non-Facebook user. But the Facebook user is this 53. But the non-Facebook user has to be this two. So that's because I'm going to use another like this. See this? So it should not, it should be intersection of this. You can see if you do this and so it should be outside the Instagram, outside this Instagram, and it should be also outside this red colors. The only option is this two here. So that's why it is 2 out of 55. So a little confusing. Of course, there's a lot of stat theories to be used here to understand what is the meaning of. Let's see if I have uh, a complement. Suppose I say a complement. What does this mean is if this is a, this is the a complement. This is a complement, and this is a. So a lot of things to be known. Suppose I have something like this, and I have these two pieces. And what is the meaning of a complement? Suppose this is a complement become this way. Okay. And likewise, you can do the same thing for, but if I get an opportunity, I'll do a separate video on this. But right now, I just wanted to show three different strategies to use the same thing, okay? So hope this helps. Just felt to do this video. For some of you, maybe wanted to know how exactly it works. Intuitive way of learning the lesson on probability, because otherwise it becomes real difficult. Uh, because today we have seen the expected value also, how to do a lot of problems based on this. I will make another video also on some problems on expected value of summation of xi and probability of xi. So it is on an average, how many, if you were to play the game, whatever on an average, how much do you end up losing or winning in dollars? So let's continue that in the class. Thank you for watching. I hope you take advantage of this. And if there could be some mistakes here, I don't know. I have to check the video again. Thank you so much. I'm feeling sleepy. It's 12 o'clock in the night. Not 12. I think it's 11. Yeah, 11:10.